Are you worried about the claws on the paws of your furry friend? Dr. Lisa has some helpful hints for you.
And a helpful hint this week is how to trim your dog or cat's nails. Trimming nails can be a really important aspect of maintaining their health care. A lot of dogs and cats are really good at wearing their nails down, but some of them aren't, and especially as they age and they become less active, their nails have the potential to grow very long, and sometimes they grow so long they can actually curl around and embed in their flesh, which is extremely sore. But a lot of dogs and cats, as they age, they get sore joints and they're a little bit arthritic, and those long nails actually change their posture and can make them really uncomfortable. So to trim their nails, it's not too hard to do with dogs that have got white nails and cats that have got white nails, because you can see what we call is the quick. So I'm not the best artist in town, but this is how it looks. That's a nail, and in there, of a white nail, you can see that's a nice pink bit. And that pink bit is fleshy and it's got nerve supply, so if you were to cut into that, that can hurt. But when you trim their nails and you cut a line through there, trimming that end bit off takes off the sharp bit, takes off the excess length, and makes them a lot more comfortable.
Nails to feathers now. The Archangel Super Sue is always at work with one or other of our feathered friends. We seldom see her tearing through the door without a mystery box or bird in her hands. Today, it's our famous seagull friends in trouble yet again.
Suspected they've been hit by a car or a truck, actually, one of those garbage trucks. It's rubbish day today, and at the moment the other one unfortunately was deceased, and this one unfortunately shows some sort of spinal damage. It can't stand. It can certainly flap its wings okay, so that normally indicates that there's some sort of damage spinally. If it's a break, unfortunately we'll have to humanely put him to sleep. If it's, we would tend to give him maybe a few days and see if we get better reflexes in the feet, because often these guys are so sturdy. It will be just a nerve damage, and we've had them in this state many times before, and they've actually come back to full action within about a week. So we'll see how we'll put them in the aviary later on this afternoon once the hawk goes.
By the way, here's a few facts you may not have known about the amazing seagull. Seagulls are monogamous creatures that mate for life and rarely divorce. They have a strong social structure that works very effectively against predators, and will even gang up on the intruder in their hundreds to drive them away. As parents, seagulls are attentive and caring, with both involved in incubating the eggs as well as feeding and protecting the chicks until they fledge. How awesome are seagulls? Except for when they steal your fish and chips at the beach. Then they're not great. Wow, those seagulls are clever creatures. Meet Frisky. Frisky has had a lump on his foot for the last few weeks, and his owners are concerned that it may be worrying him. Being a young and fit dog, it's unlikely to be anything ominous, but Dr. Lisa sends a sample off to the lab to check it out.
Hey Dennis and Dawn, I've got great news for you. We've got a result from Frisky's labs, and it shows up that the lump on his foot is nothing to worry about. In fact, it's pretty much on its way to resolution. So hopefully he'll be as good as gold really soon, and if you guys need absolutely anything, don't hesitate to ring. Have a good evening, and pats to those lovely dogs. Bye! Oyster catchers are such beautiful birds. They've got such character, and one of our many native species we have here in New Zealand. Years ago, I was treating a dog called Fubu. She was completely paralyzed, having run into a bank, knocking herself unconscious because she was chasing possums at a really high speed. And we put Fubu in the hyperbaric chamber to help her to heal, and Fubu made a remarkable recovery. But while she was being treated, I had an oyster catcher brought into me with a broken leg. So we splintered his leg and bandaged it up, and I put him in the hyperbaric chamber with Fubu to take advantage of the oxygen therapy because it's so good at helping bones to knit. And lo and behold, literally overnight, his fracture healed and knitted. And the oyster catcher went on to make a full recovery, and he was rehabilitated and released back into the wild. Oh, it's so nice to get out of the clinic and have a little bit of time out and appreciate the beauty in the bay. Tauranga is such an amazing place to live. There's such a diversity of landscapes and great people. So many people who are so committed to the care of their animals and the environment. And I just love the different environments that we have in terms of natural habitat, because we've got the beach and the seabirds that come in, your seagulls and oyster catchers, and of course the occasional good shag. Then we've got our forest birds like the kereroo or wood pigeon and moorhawks, and the harrier hawks that come in too, and the garden birds like tuis and wax eyes. It makes for very enjoyable work. And of course, setting up my own business, building Holistic Vets out of the boot of my car, it's been a long, hard road. It's one thing being a decent vet, but it's a whole nother thing running your own business. You have to learn to do all sorts of things like the paperwork and the accounts and employing staff, and it gets a bit much and you have to put in long, hard hours. At one stage, I figured I'd set up something like Workaholics Anonymous, but I figured that all us workaholics would probably be working so hard we'd never make it to meetings.
Phew! What a full-on day for Dr. Lisa. How does she keep going? It's no wonder she recently won the Kiwibank Hero Award amongst all of the other great achievements in her quest to make a difference in this world. It makes you wonder, where did this amazing journey all start for Dr. Lisa? We'll find out right after the break as Dr. Lisa shares her heart-to-heart stories with us.
I love what I do. I love making a difference in the lives of the animals that I meet every day and the lives of the people who care for them, and just helping people to understand that ultimately we need to create a sustainable environment, work with conservation principles and respect life.
Go! Energy-packed natural food for dogs and cats. Brought to you by healthypetfoods.co.nz for a healthier, happier pet.